Hello, Internet. Welcome back to our golf course scenario playthrough of Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead. In the last episode, we are settling into this town here, and we spent most of the episode clearing out monster density here. As illustrated by all the gore, is that we've been murdering some zombies. That's basically all we did in the last episode, was just the tedium of fighting. Now, you will notice that our left arm is very nearly broken. For that reason, we really don't want to continue fighting. And we can, because we have the M4 and we have a decent amount of ammunition. Let's reload these clips, shall we? Reload. No, don't reload that. Reload the clip specifically. Reload. And swap clips. And then again, reload the partial clip. So we do have probably about 100 rounds left in our gun, 129 it looks like, which is fine. The problem is we really don't want to burn that ammunition because it's the only ammo that we have. Do we have an ammo pile in our vehicle? That's the wrong button. We're going to look for our ammo really quick and see what we've got going on in the ammo department. Should be normally at the top of the list, so I'm guessing we don't have any. Yeah, it doesn't seem that we have any other ammunition, which is problematic, and it makes me wonder, did I not pack my ammo? Where are my weapons? Guns? On this pile. No, we did pack the guns, so probably we also packed the ammo, we just don't have any. Which is not great. 120 rounds of 223 rounds will go a long way towards clearing out zombies, but we haven't secured any other ammo sources, so we really should preserve this ammo for later in the game when things become much more difficult. So we're very injured. Okay, so what we need to do before we can sleep and all that, we really need to clear out this daycare center. I guess we really don't have to. We could just spend the night in this house and just ignore for now. The odds of them tracking over to us are not insignificant, but they're also not huge. So I think we can put that off for another day or so. Spear is on its last leg as well. Sorry, was supposed to wear the M4. And so I think we'll clear this house and we'll just chill until nighttime, and then we will sleep and recover our health. Then in the morning, we will go out and start clearing zombies again with melee to conserve our ammunition. So yeah, I think that's the best thing for us to do. What is this sprite? I always forget. It is a bird bath. It really, I know this probably makes me seem crazy, but you remember in cartoons when, like, I don't know, like not Tom and Jerry, but like someone is on like a ship, a Navy ship, and there's some big pipe that goes below deck and they hide in the mouth of the pipe. That's what that looks like to me. It looks like there's a pipe coming up out of the ground and this is the mouth of it. Something about it just I always think of that. But anyway, let's clear this house. We're gonna try to preserve the windows if we're able to, but if we can't find I really don't want to fight a dog. A dog's gonna do a lot of damage to us, and you're close enough that I don't think I can get in this window without being spotted. Actually, I don't know. No, you're far enough away. I think we're okay. Have you seen me? No, but you are hostile, of course. So we'll pop in here. Of course, it doesn't have curtains on the window. Why would it? Come in to deal with that all the time. And we'll pop over here. And what we'll do is open a more beneficial window. That way we can come in and out without having to go by the dog again. So that dog could possibly meander over here while we're sleeping. Please have curtains. Okay, great. So we will sleep in this bedroom when the time comes. We're not really going to loot the house at the moment. I think we'll just settle in and read some books just to chill for a little while. Because again, our goal is to sleep at night to recover our health. So for now, let's just grab some books. We're going to just chill. I know it's not super exciting, but it is what it is. So let's have a look at our books. Have we gotten new books? No, just Alpha Male Quarterly, which is not something we're very interested in. What do we want to read? Oh, and Drink the Harvest and the winemaking book. But neither of those are something I'm terribly interested in. We could raise tailoring. We probably should raise electronics the rest of the way. So go ahead and grab what's a transistor, and then grab a We'll grab the tailoring book. We could raise first aid probably. Yeah, let's raise first aid if we're able to get another level before we sleep, although our focus is terrible because of our injuries and whatnot, so I don't know that that's really a possibility. No painkiller effect. Let's take some aspirin here. We'll take quite a lot of them, and then we will... What else do we want to do? Maybe pop a beer or something to try and recover a little focus for a while. We are hungry as well. Or sorry, we were hungry before I ate the aspirin, which put something in our stomach. So let's eat something, preferably perishable food. We have all this plant marrow, but it's really not calorie dense, so I'm not thinking about that very seriously. We have all these eggs as well. I suppose we could cook some eggs. Where's my food pile? Let's grab these eggs. We'll make some eggs. They are in cartons now, which is cool. Like seeing that. Do we have a lighter on us? Yes. And we can use the stove inside. Anything else I want before we go in? I said I would drink a beer. Let's look for, I don't know, ale. Have a beer. Have 2 beers. Why not? You had a hard day. You know, we've been murdering stuff. Literally, it took us about an hour and a half of in-game time. So our character was in combat basically for a full hour and a half. I gotta imagine that's pretty exhausting. This kitchen has 2 ovens. No, one is a dishwasher. That's interesting. I hate that because I'm going to accidentally put the fire in the dishwasher. Oh, we can't even move the dishwasher. And in fact, in just trying to do that, I put myself up to unmanageable pain. That's pretty dumb mechanic. You know, we talked about this when, for a while there, if you bashed things barehanded, you would take damage. And I remember saying, like, why would you do that? You would obviously just stop if you were going to hurt yourself. Same is true here. We tried to move the dishwasher. Instead of causing me literally pain, maybe just tell me I can't move it because I would hurt myself, you know? Just seems a little silly that you would let me injure myself that way. So we can't move the dishwasher. That's okay. We will smash something here just to get a little bit of wood for us to cook some eggs on. In fact, let's wield the plank and smash some more because that's not very much wood. You hear porcelain breaking. Well, I'm not super worried about that. Let's haul this stuff here. We'll really quickly set up a wood pile. I know this isn't exciting. This isn't terribly exciting. Let's not put it there. Let's put it somewhere a little bit more reasonable. We're going to just change this anyway, I guess, once we start settling into our base. Oh, and we need an unsorted pile here. Anyway, I'm feeling a lot better from the last episode. I know last time we recorded, I was in a pretty foul mood. I just was not doing very well in my personal life, and I've had some health issues these last, month. I've had some health issues. Now I have a tooth problem. Still have not been to the dentist. Oh, you can only put that adjacent to you. Why? Add firewood source. Source firewood. Yeah, it can only be placed adjacent to you. What a strange... Okay. Why would that be? It's the zone manager. Doesn't matter. Anyway. Yeah, I've been having a lot of physical issues, which are very upsetting to have physical issues. Because I feel like I'm a young man still. I know I'm old on the inside. I'm very boomery. But, make sure this is this stove. It's an oven. That should be fine. Let's, we're going to need maybe there's a pan in here or something. Let's go search for eggs. I have no recipe with the word egg in it. Egg? We don't have any egg recipes. I think we ran into this before. It's so stupid. You're telling me because I don't have any cooking experience, I don't know how to throw an egg in a skillet. It's just infuriating, stuff like that. Doesn't make any sense. Everyone knows how to throw an egg in a pan. You know? Just such a dumb... Let's not talk about it. I feel like every episode I call out Cataclysm for something like that, and I just talk about how dumb I think it is. It's just frustrating because I really love Cataclysm, and when I run into stuff like that, it's like, man, I like you a lot less when things like that happen. No, don't. I said eat it. Why? To avoid spilling the contents, you set your... No, why would you put it on the ground? Item on the ground? It's a medium tin can that's open now. Oh. I had assumed it was a small can of... Okay. Dispose of our spear to carry the can. Let's have a look at this. Meat soup. How much is in it? 1. Go ahead and eat the rest of that. Okay, and then just drop the can, I guess. Anyway, feeling a lot better today. I apologize for being a downer. It really is just something I deal with on a pretty regular basis. So it's something that is going to happen over the course of the channel. I know some people find it upsetting or annoying or whatever, but that is just how it's going to be, you know. Seems like most of you like me. We're supposed to be reading the first aid book. Seems like most of you like me just fine, so I'm not super concerned about it. Sometimes it makes me feel unprofessional, you know, to talk like that and to be such a downer. I know that a lot of YouTubers go out of their way to avoid talking about serious things or sharing personal information about themselves, you know, and they just make it about the content, which I think is the right way to do things. But that's just not really who I am. I'm someone who really just rambles about whatever comes to mind. So where did the other ravioli go? Oh, it's in my inventory. Okay. Eat that. Go ahead and drop these cartons of eggs. We don't need those anymore, because our character is too stupid to even make an egg, which is just ridiculous. Go back to reading first aid. We will treat our wounds with disinfectant before we go to sleep. Of course, we really desperately need that arm to recover, because having any one trait or any one limb too low makes it really dangerous to go out and fight zombies, because even if every other limb is healthy, if we break our left arm, we're screwed. I still don't really understand why they hit almost exclusively our left arm instead of our other body parts, but whatever, that's fine. We are tired now, so we are going to be able to sleep. We're going to eat something. Let's treat our wounds, and then we'll go to bed. Eat something here. We took in a fair number of calories today. I would prefer to eat things that aren't sealed. We have the eggs, the rhubarb. What are you? Bread is going to go bad. Butter, bacon, cheese. Not really stuff I would eat on their own. I mean, I'll eat like a little block of cheese sometimes, but I wouldn't just stuff a fistful of bacon or butter in my mouth. Although I know a lot of you love bacon, so maybe I'm just wrong. We'll eat some bread. That'll probably fill up our stomach. Never mind, it's 0.02 liters. It's not going to fill up our stomach at all. It's weird that the bacon portion is bigger than the bread portion. I suppose that's after we chew it up and stuff, and bread is pretty airy. Whatever, eat some pickles, I guess. And then we'll look at our med pile. We're looking for hydrogen peroxide, and then we have bandages on our person, so we don't need to worry about that. So let's apply hydrogen peroxide to our arm so that it will get the most recovery overnight. And because we did raise our first aid skill, it might not seem like a lot, but having an extra level in first aid will increase the amount that we heal overnight. As far as I know, that's how that works. Certainly seems that way. When you get up to like first aid 6, you basically heal overnight no matter what. We'll just apply bandages to some of the other more injured limbs, but it's really that arm that we're concerned about. I do wish there was more we could do. Our arm is so injured, you know, it would be really cool if we could like apply stitches to that arm to like close maybe the most severe wounds, or apply some kind of like unguent, or like, I know we put disinfectant on it, but like there are also antibacterial gels and stuff that actually would perform even better than disinfectant, I would think, for the healing process. I think that's the whole point of like Neosporin and those kind of gels, is that they actually work even better than something like hydrogen peroxide would. But obviously we don't have those things in Cataclysm. I would like a pillow, if I could find a pillow. I don't like the idea of my character sleeping without one, so we'll grab a pillow here. Oh, it has a pillowcase attached to it. That's nice. Pillow. Oh, except I dropped just the pillow. Now I have a separate pillowcase. That's okay. So we treated our wounds. Anything else we need to go do before we sleep? No. We can make a copper pot tomorrow, or a copper spear tomorrow. Go ahead and have yourself a little rest. Anyway, feeling a lot better. We don't need to talk about YouTube stuff, but yeah, it's just been so down lately, and then the physical health stuff really topples on top of that and makes it seem so much worse because I'm 32 and I just feel like I shouldn't deal with all the health issues that I have at such a young age. It worries me for the future, basically, is what it comes down to. So we haven't really explored nearby, so I don't think that we're actually going to be able to find enough copper in this house to really make a spear without destroying things that might be a little valuable. Let's have a look in our garage. Toolbox is pretty great. Looks like it has a file in it. What do you have in you? Scroll down, please. Hammer and sandpaper. Oh, so it doesn't have a file. It has sandpaper. And I don't necessarily need a hammer, but that's okay. We'll take that. Definitely take the miscellaneous repair kit. That will actually let us repair the spear without having to source a brand new set of copper. Okay, some fridges and stuff in the back of the house. That's pretty nice. We will loot this house once we settle in for the actual like base setup stuff. And because it's nighttime, we actually can't really explore because we're not going to be able to see the zombies from very far away. I know when players first start, we really recommend that they explore during the nighttime, and how that's like why do I have the cricket sound still? I'm indoors. We always recommend that people explore during the nighttime and do night raids. But honestly, as I've gotten more into the game and learned more about how to play, I hate staying out at night. I prefer to go out during the day when I have really long sight lines and can see the enemies before they come to me. But I realize also that my general play style is different from the way most people play. And people constantly leave me suggestions saying like, well, why do you do this? Why do you do this? Why don't you do this? And the answer is always just, I'm kind of old and set in my ways. You really went through all your duct tape trying to repair this spear, which you did not repair at all. Okay. I'm sure I do have duct tape in the car, but I'm a little annoyed by that. I don't know why that happened. Let's look for duct tape. We actually don't have very much. You reload the repair kit. Okay, so fully repaired, or fully loaded, I should say. Let's go in and try to repair our spear. Activate repair kit, repair spear. Repair until success failure. So we just went through 200 charges of duct tape, and we did not repair our spear. Okay. So again, something with Cataclysm, just really stupid. I don't understand how a person messes up. I just put 200 charges of duct tape on my spear, and none of it didn't do anything. So I don't get the point of that. I don't understand how that works. Definitely very annoying, very frustrating to lose that much of a resource like that on nothing. So just sort of threw away a whole bunch of duct tape, which is real dumb. So okay, let's try to source some copper, I guess. Which is just infuriated by stuff like that. Let's grab a plank. Like, and you know, and this stuff comes up constantly when I play Cataclysm, and I always feel bad. Okay, it's rock and rebar. I wondered what it was. I guess it's a concrete bird bath, which makes sense. What else would it be, really? Yeah, this stuff comes up all the time when I play, and it's always frustrating because it's like I just want to play, and then you run into these systems where it just does not make any sense in my mind at all that you would blow through 200, you know, basically a whole roll, a whole box even, because a box can contain typically around 200 charges. I just went through a whole box of duct tape trying to fix a spear which just seems so stupid to me. Pipe fitting. So none of that's copper, huh? What about the bathtub? I imagine you're just porcelain. Yeah, what are these pipe fittings? They're iron, huh? Yeah, I don't actually know much about plumbing and whatnot, so I didn't know for sure if there would be copper or anything. Let's wait till we catch our breath. We are using the plank, of course, so this is very exhausting to use as a weapon. We have the fridge. Oh, I should have emptied the fridge first. Well, you know what? I don't care. Go ahead and smash all the bottles. That's fine. How much copper did I get? 3 copper tubings. I forget how much they give each. We have to do this through this menu, right? Disassemble, dispose of plank, drop the item. Okay, how much copper? 200 copper from 1 pipe. So we have plenty of copper here to make a spear. Disassemble. But again, it's just more tedious to do things this way. You really expect it to just sort of work, and then it doesn't, and it becomes pretty frustrating. We're going to need, we have a fire. We're going to need a hammer. And we're going to need, what's the other thing? Copper. Copper spear. I'm going to need, I have a hammer. I have everything. I need a branch. That's okay. There's a forest nearby. We will take the plank again, I guess, for smashing. Plank. Wheeled plank. We'll head out here. Smash. Long stout branch. Sure. And all these corpses. All the blood in the moonlight. Okay. Anyway, I'm bouncing back. You know, it's rough sometimes. Sometimes life can be a real pain. And then you start to recover. I had therapy yesterday, which really helped, just to talk to someone a little bit. They are going back to in-person meetings, which I'm not super crazy about, because spoiler alert, there's still a huge pandemic and lots of people still aren't vaccinated, myself included. So I'm not super thrilled with the idea of them going back to in-person meetings, but I don't get a say in that really. So, you know, and I will say that they don't seem like they value their clients very much. Oftentimes they make decisions without really consulting us or thinking about what's in our best interest. Like for this particular therapy, I usually go, it's like a group therapy. Sometimes I have individual sessions, but sometimes I like to sit with, you know, other people and hear other people talk about their stuff. Because a great way to learn is to listen to other people. Don't pour into anything. Just let me eat it. Eat the curry. Ignore. We'll have something to drink. So like in my mind, it's not in my best interest to start going back to therapy. It's better to keep doing phone conversations because that's obviously much safer and much less intrusive in my own life because I don't have to drive all the way over. Where's my beverages? Look for juice. Drink some OJ. Drink some orange juice. That's fine. Ignore. Where am I seeing this zombie? I don't want you here. This is my domain. Let's go over here and fight this zombie. Looks like it might be preoccupied with a pupper. Oh, yeah, they're trying to murder a dog. That's actually not great because, well, the dog is dead. No, it's not. Okay, because the dog will now be hostile as well, which is not ideal. I'm hoping it will just leave and be okay. But usually once they take damage, they become hostile. It's tracking. So I don't know if you're going to attack me or not. I'd prefer if you didn't. These were both reanimated. I may have missed some corpses when we were trying to pull. Anyway, it seems to me that going back to in-person sessions is not really in the best interest of the clients. It seems like they just want to be able to do group therapy again because group therapy, they basically, instead of having one appointment with one person over the course of an hour or hour and a half or half hour or whatever, now they can jam in like 10 clients into that time set so they can make a lot more money. So to me, it just seems like this is a decision that they're making based on financials. They just want to make that money again. They're not really, because if they really valued us, if they were really concerned about us, they would know better than to have group therapy in the middle of a pandemic. But they want to transition back to group therapy. I mean, I could probably continue with individuals, but I'm just gonna do what they asked me to do and go back to group therapy. This dog is probably going to be a problem here because he's going to be so hard to hit. I noticed they updated the tiles for Ultica, the indicators here, and I really don't like that, I think. So you'll notice, please, dog. You'll notice that the sprint is no longer a little picture of a person running. It's now 2 arrows, and crouching is the downward arrows. I think I understand why they did that. I think that the previous indicator was a little sprinty guy above your head and then a little crouchy guy. And to be honest, they were a little hard to differentiate when you were zoomed out. So I think that that's probably more clear, but I also hate change. I believe that this resurrection indicator is also different. Was that a little hazard sign before? I don't think that it was. And then I believe that I saw another thing. I'm guessing it was a bleed indicator. That also looked different. So it looks like they updated their little indicators. I really hate change. Although, like I said, I think that's probably a good one. It's probably more easily visible. So there is a playground up front here. We talked about that in a previous episode. There don't actually appear to be that many zombies at it. And honestly, we could probably ignore this location and just not deal with it. But I don't like the idea of sleeping next door to this. I would much rather clear them out. So the ones to the north did spot me. It looks like a feral human among others. Unfortunately, there's quite a few of them together. So what I'm going to do is run up between this building here. This should make them come a little more slowly at us. We can even put the downspout between them and us. I'm not sure if they can destroy the downspout. Probably they can. But it will slow them down a little bit as they move on to it. Feral human throwing rocks. Rude creatures. What's interesting is, again, they're hitting my left arm instead of my other body parts. I don't know why they're so fixated on my left arm. But it's actually really annoying. Come on, zombies. Slowly. There you go. So I'm not thrilled about the decision to go back to in-person counseling. I guess I am a little excited to see some of the people again. Because it's been like 3 months that I've been having these phone conversations with my therapy people. I haven't been to a group therapy in a while. And, you know, sometimes I mention group therapy and people are like, well, like, what's the point? You know, wouldn't it be better to do it in person, like with an individual, like one-on-one with your psych? Because that's the kind of therapy most people get. But the reality is that you can learn a lot from hearing other people. So like, I've been in group therapy centered around people with PTSD. I've been in group therapy around people who have addiction problems like mine. When I was a younger man, I would go to addiction counseling group therapy stuff. Like, you know, think of like NAAA, that sort of stuff. What's the Sex Addiction Anonymous or whatever. You know, I would go to those things, and it really does help to hear other people tell their stories. Like my PTSD in particular, when I hear other people talk about, you know, today I dealt with this, today I saw this and it triggered this, and this is how I dealt with it. Hearing other people's experiences, would you just smash this fence, please? Like, honestly, you can clearly see me. Okay, I just want to clear them out. You know, just hearing people talk like, well, today this triggered me, and now I know I have to look out for this in the future, and if I do this, you know, this is how I can cope with it and accept it and deal with it instead of just, you know, trying to pretend it's not an issue or whatever. Hearing other people talk about that kind of stuff and talking about their experiences and how they deal with it, that stuff is really helpful, to especially regarding coping with things, learning how other people handle it. Because like, it's something I talk about all the time. I feel like other people handle stuff so much better than I do, and they take care of themselves so much more than I do, and they live better lives than I do. And I always feel like I can't do what other people do. So when I meet people and I'm in therapy with people who have the same issues and they're saying, okay, I have very similar issues to what you have. Here's how I'm living a normal life. That's actually really super helpful. And then you try to implement some of the things that they do so that it can benefit you as well. I'm confused as to how I should take on these zombies. There's like 5 child zombies in addition to a regular zombie and a fat zombie. I do think meleeing them will lead to me taking damage, like a fair bit of damage. I think we go back to the M4, and the reason for that are the child zombies. Just because they are so hard to hit in melee, and it's just going to lead to us taking... We're going to try to retreat, we're not going to be able to kite them because they're too fast, and we're going to inevitably take a bunch of damage. Plus, with the M4, we can actually kill them in one shot. So that's, a relatively conserving ammunition in some capacity. So you're right up on me. I was going to swap back to the spear. Let's just back off and shoot him. So anyway, group therapy. She's supposed to call me. My therapist is supposed to call me and let me know when I'm supposed to come back. Like, they started group therapy this week. But then she said, because I don't go all the time, I only go, once, twice a month. Some of those guys go every week, or, some of them go to group therapy once a week and then have individual sessions like once a week. So like, I'm pretty not as frequent as a lot of the folks that go to those things. So like, I don't go all the time. So she said, like, I don't know when, we want to schedule you to come back, because like, we're going to be doing smaller groups because COVID, so we're not going to have like the whole group there. We're only going to do like maybe half of people one week, half of people the next week, that kind of thing. So I'm not sure when I'm going back. She's supposed to call me and let me know which week they want me to come in, but I'm going to be going back to therapy, which is good and bad. I mean, I don't know. I do feel like it's a financial decision, though. I feel like it's not because they want to help us. I feel like if it were really about just giving good therapy and stuff, I think they would keep us in individuals. But because they want that money of group therapy and to churn through their clients faster, I think that's behind the decision to do this. And I really, really don't like that. So maybe that's just me being cynical, but, I don't know. It's just so hard. Everywhere I look in the real world, everyone's out to make money, and it seems like they just sell out and do whatever they can to make an extra penny, even when it hurts other people. So I don't know. And we've talked about that recently on these episodes. We talked about like how I listen to podcasts and everyone's trying to sell a course or whatever. And it's like, I'm all for selling out and trying to make money. Like, you think I don't want to sell out and make money? If someone came to me today and was like, hey man, we want you to play this game. It's literally not like anything you've ever played on your channel, but we'll give you $500 and a free copy of the game. I'd be like, yeah, okay. Like, I think my audience would understand, that I could really use $500, and I would be upfront with them and be like, like, there's just a way you can do it where you don't have to be shady. You don't have to pretend that it's in their best interest, And the internet, I'm never going to try to sell you a course, or, if I wrote a book or something and I wanted people to buy it, I would just tell you about it. I wouldn't lie to you and try to pump it up as the best thing in the world. I'd just be like, look, I wrote a book. If you're interested, here's the Amazon link. And I appreciate any support that you're willing to give. Like, that would be the extent of my sales pitch. I wouldn't lie to you. I wouldn't try to dress it up as anything else. I would be upfront and honest. You can sell out and still be a non-crappy person, So anyway, we should wrap the episode, I think. We continued clearing out this town a little bit. I think we're in a spot where we're pretty okay. We can start exploring other buildings, and at some point we'll set up our base in here. We have cleared out the daycare center, which was really the important thing. And with my luck, we're going to find out that like there's a park right here or something, just because that's how Cataclysm seems to work. Not a lot in the immediate area that I'm super interested in. We will hit the veterinary clinic, I think, for medicine. And then also I like going to restaurants because they tend to have some calorie-dense perishable food, which would be would be nice. Other than that, though, it's just another town, that we're gonna explore here. So for now, internet, thank you for watching. Hopefully you had a nice time. I didn't get a question or anything. We'll rectify that in the next episode. And again, I apologize for being down over the last few weeks or so. I'll be back with more Cataclysm content in the near future, and I'll see you in the next episode.